All right, I just wanted to get through college so we can move on to NFL. All right, NFL Week 11 games are up. A lot of big games this week. Some injuries, some weird lines, some returns from injury. So let's run through it. Thursday night football, big, huge game. AFC battle. Cincinnati versus the Ravens. Ravens are favorite minus 3.5. Totals 46. I already saw Higgins is out again. I believe Chase is playing. Chase had his, he was questionable, true 50-50, and he goes out and still gives you 100 yards. But, kind of similar to the Jags a little bit. Cincinnati, man, they look dominant at time, like, oh, they're going back to the Super Bowl, and then they lose to the Texans. I know there was a lot of injuries on the Cincinnati side of the ball here, but CJ Stroud is that dude for real. Should be in conversation for MVP. But I'm looking at some prop sides here. Cincinnati is not only hurt on offense, but they're also hurt on defense. They're both their starting DNs are hurt in this game. I believe the one is going to be out. The other one, Henderson, just hyperextended his leg. And so Hubbard is going to be out, and Henderson hyperextended leg, but they say he's going to play. But we all know, as football players and people who played athletics, that when you hyperextend your leg, you're not going to be 100% on a short week too, right? We're
especially
talking about
especially the defensive line position.
yeah, in a short week. So I don't expect him. I expect this game to be a little bit scoring. And Cincinnati's been getting gassed on the ground. So I'm going with the kid, man. I'm going with some value here. I'm going with the kid Mitchell who scored twice already. Keaton Mitchell. Give me Keaton Mitchell to score again on another touchdown here at plus 210. I think that's pretty decent value. They've been using him more and more, and he just breaks long runs. It is what it is. He just breaks long runs. So give me Keaton Mitchell over. I mean, sorry, for to score a touchdown. And then also with no pass rush, that means Lamar's going to actually get ready, be able to throw the ball here. So who's his favorite target? I think this number is a little bit too low for Mark Andrews. Give me Mark Andrews over 53 and a half passing yards. Um, this offense, even though it's been a spread offense, this offense has been kind of like weird of how who gets touchdowns. I know Odell Beckham has scored in the last two games, but they have some dynamic receivers a little bit. But for whatever reason, they don't do a lot from a yardage standpoint. So I'm going to go to who the reliable person is. He's going to get the ball 4 or 5 times, and like I said, with no pass rush, give me Mark Andrews and give me Lamar to be able to deliver the ball. So give me Mark Andrews, to deliver the ball. Don, what's up, bro? Um, your Lions, man. I hope you didn't see a couple takes with Diddy in this lion kind of soundbite that he's got going on here.
Let's go, Don
It's
Don.
it's one of the worst sound bites I've ever heard in my life.
Don Don know what's up. Don Don know what's up. Them Lions, boy.
See, it's the worst. It's just so bad. So bad. But
Oh man.
Thursday night football, lock me in for those two bets. All right, let's go to the week.
Hold on, I got Thursday night. I think one of my
Oh,
street
you got
plays is gonna
Thursday
be.
night.
Yep.
You got Thursday
Yeah.
night bags.
We're
Go
gonna
ahead.
keep it
Talk to
simple. I
him.
think it's gonna be. I think both them teams last week had some very, very tough games. Cincinnati obviously struggled with Houston. They were fighting to the last second to get a victory. Obviously, came up short, and they was getting their ass beat all game. They got lucky that CJ threw that interception. If not, that game would have been done in that early in that quarter. And then you got Baltimore that was up early, whooping some butt, and then all of a sudden they let that Browns team come back and win, with allowing Watson to go 14 for 14 on a broken shoulder and a ankle sprain. Like, how does that happen? So I think these guys are gassed out a little bit. I think they'll be a little bit tired. So I'm looking at that first half. under here. I just think they'll be a little sluggish coming out the gate. So I like the first half under for my first play of the week.
Okay. It's a different take, different way to look at it. So under 23 and a half.
Yes.
I will say, I hate putting out there as a best bet. We've talked about it on the chat. I have been just auto betting it for one small unit each time. Primetime unders are 24-8 this year. So just saying, Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, 24-8 to the under. Now, this particular matchup could be one of the few that makes it the ninth, but man, I just have a small little one unit bet on 46. Again, I don't like it as the best bet just because that's just a trend bet here. But for those that like trends, man, this is primetime unders. They've been cruising this season at 3-1, winning to losing.
No, I agree
Yeah,
for sure. And that's one of the reasons why I like the first half under here. Just think it starts off slow. I think they'll try to get their start. They both will try to establish their run game because of these opportunities from the D line perspective. And I just think that clock will be running. 23 and a half points is, that's a lot in the first half, especially against these two teams. They both know what's at stake here. So
yeah, I hear you.
I will say one thing I wanted to look at where I just think this has a chance to be one of them older school type games. I could see this like I like a Justin Tucker kicker prop kind of thing, like over 1.5, over 2.5 field goals. Same with the Bengals kicker. Like I think this will be a field position type game, kind of leading to the under. Both these teams are coming off tough losses. They've got to win. Both teams are beat up. I think both teams could have 4 or 5 key players out come Thursday. I know Marlon. I know you touched on some of the players out for the Bengals. Marlon Humphrey's out. I think the left tackle's also going to be out. The right tackle should be back, but Moses. But I think their left tackles also, or their left guard might be out. So both teams are going to be banged up, as the case most Thursday games. Both teams are going to be desperate. This just has one of those old school, like 23-20 type games where I think the kickers are a huge factor. So I would look at some kicking props.
Yeah, I like your angle there. I've been looking at kicker prop on a weekly basis now, and that's the longest kick. So this would just depend on like the weather, obviously that day. I know it's going to be in Baltimore, so sometimes the wind be swirling. But usually the line of longest kick is at 47.5. I mean, you're talking about 2 really good kickers that can kick the ball, and you always get those last minute, like second half. I'm sorry, going into the halftime, them long kicks that you'll get over like 53 yarders. So I like the over 47.5, which is usually where the longest kick is set at. So
I don't see it on this book.
So DraftKings has it out. Man, give it to me right now, guys. Just give it to me right now. This will be one of those games I feel like we've already seen, right? We already saw one of those tough division games where the Ravens lost to the Steelers because they didn't take the points and trust Tucker, and they chased touchdowns and it burnt them. This has those vibes where Harbaugh will be smart and let Tucker win the game if he needs to. Justin Tucker's sitting at 1.5 at plus 105 to the over. Man, give me 5 units on this. I'm literally about to put it in right now. Well, this to me is a home run bet.
Just wait for the weather report, though.
I don't know if I need it though.
1.5. I mean that line is tricky. 1.5 at 1.5 for Justin Tucker on plus money. That's something. Something's happening.
So the weather is.
I was about to say, we can look at the weather. It's only
68. The weather. It's only tomorrow, so this is going to be super accurate. 65 degrees with 4-mile-an-hour winds. Give me 5 units on Justin Tucker, man. This is a no-brainer bet.
Yeah, I like it then. I mean, if there's no weather, then yeah.
No brainer. This is 5 units all day. This is officially my best bet of the week. No doubt about it for the NFL.
Let's call it the Nate Classic. That's the Nate Classic play. he originally found that
he did
back with Josh
he
Elliott.
did.
Let's call it the Nate Classic.
And
it's
I hit
crazy.
it on Monday night. I put it in the chat with Greg Zerline over
Yeah.
1.5. Man,
Yeah.
anytime we're getting these good kickers in a lower scoring game where I see 1.5, I've been going to those kickers, and Nate put me onto it, and I've been firing.
I put myself onto it. That's the first time I bet a kicker this year. We just saw it.
Yeah.
But
I like
I
the
think
value.
Jake Elliott's been kind of that Monday night game. That could be a game where Jake Elliott's going to be key. Those
This the only
games, those
thing with
big
the
games.
Eagles, man, we go for it on
Agreed.
4th down so much it cuts into
Yeah,
those
we do.
opportunities.
It
So
does.
that's
We
the only
do.
thing. But like for
We
like
do.
Justin Tucker, man, like at 1.5 on plus money, I love the value,
Yeah,
man.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
might be. I don't have that on my side, so I might be giving you money to do that for me.
If you're seeing this video right now, that means you made it to the end. So congratulations. You are now almost officially part of the money team.
MoneyPot.
How do you become a part of the money team? If you're new to the channel, you have to hit the subscribe button. We want to blow this brand up. It's not me versus you or us versus them. It's us versus the sports book, us versus the bookman, aka the boogeyman. So make sure you're on the winning side and the winning team. I got bonus content up here for you guys to choose from. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. This is Moss Money. This is Money Pot. This is Money Pot Betting.